Hello everybody, welcome to Frontier Mentality. So, what are we discussing? We're discussing home sanitation. And I do have prices, and I did most of them from the Home Depot, and I think one, maybe two from Tractor Supply. So, this is SHTF. If the hits the fan, or natural disaster purposes would go into play with this as well. So, one, you would need contractor bags, and that's the black trash bags, the big ones. They're 3 mil thick. You need 42-gallon size. At the Home Depot, a 50 count, which is like a box, is $29.29. So what could you use this for? You can use this for collecting rainwater, and you can pour it into 5-gallon buckets if they're food grade, uh, for boiling for water to have safe drinking water. You can use it for a rain poncho if you need it. Uh, and you're going to line your toilets or a 5-gallon bucket with this. And I'm going to explain this to you. So that was number one. Number two is a 5-gallon bucket, at least two for each person in your household. Uh, the buckets were $3.98. I'm talking about the orange ones at the Home Depot, or you can get three for $11.94. Now you would want the Gamma lids. That's the screw-on lid, and that is $5.98 also at the Home Depot. So what we're doing with the 5-gallon trash bag, so let's say you live in the city or you live in the country, if you're hooked to a sewer system, this is what we're using it for. So for whatever reason, the water's not coming into your system no more, um, and I'm going to tell you something to put on your home if you live in cities and hooked on sewer to help protect you also from further sewage problems. So after your last flush, there's no more water coming in the toilet unless you're catching rainwater, or you have a pool nearby, or you have a pond or a creek or lake nearby, or you're catching rainwater, but you're usually going to be drinking that water. So after the last flush, you're going to take one of these big trash bags, and you're going to put it over your potty, smush it out around inside, put your lid back down, and you're going to do your business in the potty. Same for a 5-gallon bucket. The 5-gallon bucket, you can buy a potty lid for it. They do make those now. You put your trash bag down in it, and I'm going to tell you what to cover your waste with. It is, that was actually what was from the Tractor Supply. So you're going to get compressed pine wood pellets or pine sawdust. You need to cover your waste at least 2 inches with this. And what this does is help take the smell away. It's supposed to be better than kitty litter, with less smell coming back up into your space. And this bag is a 40-pound bag for $7.12. One bag per person. Should get you through a month. So you tally up how much you think you need to store up for you and your family. Okay, now we're going to get into number 3. You're going to want uh, pool shock, and Home Depot actually had this, and it's $7.98 for the little powder form bag, and that would last you, I think I said in the last video, maybe 8 years, depending on your family size. If it's just 2 people, it's going to last you a very long time. And I gave you the ratio in the water video, so make sure you're taking a picture of that thumbnail or writing it down for your own purposes. And bleach as well, it was in that video. So now we're doing hydrogen peroxide. You can still buy this about $1. I think it was $1.25 at the dollar store. You want to keep it in its dark bottle packaging. You don't want to repackage peroxide. It's good for cleaning, for wound management. Now Home Depot had a big, looks like a bleach bottle, big gallon size of it, and it was $21.98. And this is for, like I said, wound care and sanitation purposes. So you buy that, and if you have a big family, you're pretty much covered. Now we're going to talk about DHX Blue Disposable Nitrate Cleaning Gloves. You want to make sure they're the nitrate. You don't want latex. A lot of people are allergic to latex, and that would be a horrible way to find out you're allergic to latex. So what you're going to do is you're going to double glove, and when it's time to remove the waste from your bathroom or whatever designated area you chose to do that in, you're going to get it up, going to clean around your bucket, your potty, then with the BZX wipes. And I will get into what those do in a minute. So you're going to clean everything up with either those or the peroxide. You're going to remove one layer of the gloves and drop it down, and get outside, out of your house, out of your garage, because the fumes of human waste can be very gross and very ugh, and could be even deadly. So when you get out there and you fixing to tie up the bag, make sure you leave a small opening to remove the last of your glove and put it in there. And then we'll discuss how to dispose of it here in a moment. So the next one on the list was the BZK wipes, Clorox or Lysol. You can get the 4-pack at the Home Depot for $17.58, or you can get the 3-count pack of Lysol for $14.98. And what's important about this type of cleaner, it kills E. coli, staph, and salmonella. So it's good to have these on hand. Now let's say you run out of these, and if you have the pool shock and you have the chlorine bleach, you can use paper towels in its place to clean your surfaces or your peroxide. Now you're going to want baby wipes, unscented. This helps you with the monkeying off purposes if you're trying to conserve water. So you would use one for your waist up and wash all the bits, and then the second wipe down to wash all the bits. At least every 3 days. Bacteria does grow on our person, and generally we're taking a shower and we're washing it off. And the unscented, now if you're using scented, you're not going to be able to wash that chemical off your body. That's why we're saying unscented to help you later, because a lot of people are allergic to some of the fragrances that they put into baby wipes. So now you're going to want to get an N95 mask with a carbon, where is it? Yeah, with a carbon layer. A 10-pack is $17.97 at the Home Depot. So the carbon helps keep the poo and stuff out of the the germs that can be in the air. Uh, this is one reason when you're going to public restrooms, you should never use the hand dryer. You should use paper towels or carry your own if you know the restaurant, or napkins or something that they don't have them and they have those air blowers. Those air blowers are recycling the air that has poo, or God forbid somebody threw up. Those germs are now in the air, and now you just blowed them all onto your hands. So this is why it's important for the N95, so you're not breathing in, because if you breathe it in, it's going right in your body and it can make you sick. And we did the pine wood pellets. Now when you're at the Home Depot, it's usually in the horse section. They use it for lining the stalls for horse poop, and they poop pretty big, and if it kills the smell for them, it's definitely going to help yours. Now, let's say it's just a natural disaster. What can you do with your waste? Well, if they're still doing trash pickup or they have a big dumpster somewhere, you can throw that away. Now, let's say all society is no more. What are we to do? Well, I looked that up for you. So you want to bury your waste at least 200 feet from any water source. And for a grown-up, it's about 70 paces away from water. You dig a hole 6 to 8 inches deep, 4 to 6 inches wide. Make sure you keep the dark soil nearby, because that also will help break stuff down. Now, this is if you were just going to go and decide you're going to poop in the woods and you're going to skip the bag processing altogether. Not all of us are physically able to do that. So, you need a shovel, and I would suggest you bury it a foot deep. Make sure you cover it all back up. Use markers where you're burying your mess. Now, ladies and gentlemen, peeing, so this is all number 2. So peeing, they make a cup for a lady to be able to stand up and pee into a bottle. Yeah, you heard me right. So take your pee, put it in a barrel somewhere, and let rain get in it. That can actually be used to fertilize a garden once it's watered down. You don't want to do it straight up. It's just gross. But if you water it down, it can be used back in the garden, or water it down and dump it out away from where you're pooping. That doesn't have to be in the bag, because that will make it a very hard mess to carry sloshing around. So make sure you pee in a bottle. Women too, they do make them. And men, you know how to do it. Okay, so how do you do the bucket method, or in the potty? So if you're get 2, so you're, like I said, you're going to pee in a cup or a bottle of something, and you'll have a separate bucket for just peeing. Don't need a trash bag. You just need a toilet seat or a Gamma lid. The Gamma lid is leak proof, so if you're sloshing that stuff around, you can carry it further away and dump that out. The poop you have to bury. The Gamma lid also helps keep the smell out until you're able to bury it. So make sure you take your bucket outside your home, sit in the sun or sit somewhere until you're able to open that bucket and drop it in the hole you dug. Now, number 11 is you need to ask your landlord. If you're a renter, ask your landlord Or if you're the homeowner, this is something you need to do. You need to contract a licensed plumber, and you're going to want what's called a backwater valve. So they put this valve in, and it just slides onto your pipe. Now it allows all, let's see if we can do it like this. It allows all the poop to go out of your house, and the thing falls back down, and nothing can come back into your house. In a stressful situation, you don't want to be having water in one side of your sink, and all of a sudden, because you've been washing dishes on one side, and sewage backs up into the other side. That'll gross everybody out, and everybody will get sick, and it's just a horrible mess. So if you own your own home, you want the backwater valve installed by a licensed plumber. And if you're renting, ask your landlord to please have this installed for your safety, as well as for the next renter's safety down the road. All right, everybody, that's it for the waste management. Please stay safe, please get ready, and please get prepared.